Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a comprehensive analysis of AXIA Energia S.A, a major player in Brazil's energy sector. If you're interested in renewable utilities or looking for investment opportunities in emerging markets, stick around because we've got a lot to unpack about this company. Let's get started. So first things first, why are we talking about AXIA Energia? Well, this company is at the forefront of Brazil's energy transition, with a massive installed capacity of 44.4 gigawatts. They're not just another utility company, they're a powerhouse in generation, transmission, and commercialization of electricity across the region. With the world shifting toward renewable energy, AXIA is positioned to play a pivotal role, and I'm excited to break down whether this stock is a solid pick for your portfolio. Let's start with a quick profile of AXIA Energia S.A. Based in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, AXIA has been around since 1962, originally known as Centrais Elétricas Brasileiras S.A., or Eletrobras. They operate primarily in the renewable utility space within the broader utility sector, focusing on hydroelectric, wind, and other clean energy sources. With over 7,700 full-time employees, they're a significant employer and a key contributor to Brazil's energy infrastructure. Their website, Eletrobras.com, offers a deeper look into their operations if you're curious. Under the leadership of CEO Ivan de Souza Monteiro, AXIA continues to push towards sustainability and efficiency in a rapidly evolving industry. Now, let's talk numbers, specifically revenue. Looking at their financials over the past few years, AXIA has shown some impressive top-line figures. In 2025, their full-year revenue came in at about 41.3 billion Brazilian reais, though that's a dip from 2024's 46.1 billion. Rewind to 2023, and they reported 36.6 billion, showing a general upward trend over time despite some fluctuations. Their gross profit margins are solid too, hovering around 42% in 2025, which indicates they're managing costs effectively in a capital-intensive industry. While I don't have specific product or geographic segment breakdowns to share, it's clear from their overall figures that AXIA has a diversified revenue base tied to Brazil's growing energy demand. Moving on to earnings, AXIA's performance has been a bit of a mixed bag, but there are some encouraging takeaways. In 2025, their net income was around 6.6 billion reais, with an earnings per share of 2.25. Compare that to 2024, where they crushed it with a net income of 11.9 billion and an EPS of 4.56. Going back to 2023, net income was lower at 4.5 billion with an EPS of 2.28. You can see there's volatility here, likely tied to operational costs, regulatory changes, or investment cycles in the energy sector. Still, their ability to generate profit in a competitive market speaks to their resilience. Let's dig deeper into their financial statements for a clearer picture of AXIA's health. On the balance sheet, as of 2025, they're sitting on total assets of 279.7 billion reais, up from 289.9 billion in 2024, showing a slight contraction but still a massive base. Their cash and cash equivalents stand at 16.4 billion, which provides a decent liquidity cushion. Total liabilities are at 161.2 billion, with a debt-to-equity ratio of 0.65, which isn't overly concerning for a utility company given the capital-intensive nature of the business. Looking at cash flow, operating cash flow in 2025 was a strong 14.5 billion reais, though free cash flow came in at 12 billion after capital expenditures. One thing to note is their dividend yield, sitting at a juicy 11.6%, which could be attractive if you're an income-focused investor. Return on equity is a bit modest at 5.7%, and return on invested capital is negative at negative 5.4%, which raises some questions about capital efficiency. Overall, the financials show strength in cash flow and dividends, but highlight areas for improvement in profitability metrics. Now let's talk valuation. Is AXIA overpriced, undervalued, or just right? At a current stock price of 11.27 reais, their price-to-earnings ratio for the trailing 12 months is around 19.3, which seems reasonable compared to the industry average of 32.1 for renewable utilities. Their price-to-sales ratio is 3.2, suggesting the market is pricing in some growth expectations. Looking at forward PE ratios for 2024, it's estimated at 23.9, dropping significantly to 6.1 by 2026 and even lower to 4.2 by 2027. If these estimates hold, AXIA could be trading at a steep discount in the coming years, potentially signaling an undervalued opportunity. Their enterprise value is a hefty 190.4 billion reais, reflecting the scale of their operations and debt load. Based on these metrics, AXIA doesn't look outrageously expensive, but we'll need to weigh this against industry trends and risks. All right, let's break down AXIA through a SWOT analysis to get a holistic view. Starting with strengths, AXIA's dominant position in Brazil's energy market is a big plus. With 44.4 gigawatts of installed capacity, they're a leader in renewable utilities, particularly hydroelectric power, which aligns with global sustainability trends. Their consistent revenue growth over the years also shows financial stability. On the weakness side, their return on invested capital being negative at negative 5.4% points to inefficiencies in how they're deploying capital. Volatility in earnings, as we saw with the drop from 2024 to 2025, could also spook some investors. For opportunities, Brazil's push for energy transition and infrastructure investment opens doors for AXIA to expand their renewable portfolio. Government support for clean energy could be a tailwind too. Finally, threats. Regulatory changes in Brazil's energy sector could impact profitability, and economic slowdowns in the region might dampen demand. Plus, competition in renewables is heating up globally. So while AXIA has a strong foundation, there are risks to navigate. Let's check out AXIA's recent stock performance to see how the market's been reacting. Over the past week, the stock is up 6.07%, and over the last month, it surged 23.88%. Zoom out to 6 months, and you've got a 55.09% gain, with a one-year return of 79.19%. Over 5 years, it's up an impressive 126.29%. Clearly, investors have been rewarding AXIA, likely due to their positioning in the renewable space and strong dividend yield. Compared to the broader utilities sector, which is up 20.05% over 1 year, AXIA is outperforming significantly. From a technical perspective, the stock looks to be in a strong uptrend, but with such rapid gains, I'd watch for potential pullbacks or profit-taking. If you're considering a short-term move, keep an eye on support levels and overall market sentiment in Brazil.
MarketSnap brings everything long-term investors use daily into one clean, fast platform. Explore stock financials, SWOT analysis, valuation ratios, 5-year analyst estimates, and our intrinsic value calculator, built with real fundamentals, not hype. All in a layout that's simple to read and ridiculously fast to navigate. And when you want to talk investing, join Nexus, our community where investors share valuations, posts, and stock discussions, all connected directly to the data. Use our Stock's Intrinsic Value Calculator to run and save real valuations with no spreadsheets. Share your analysis and valuations with others in the Nexus community. Get daily market summaries in video, audio, and article formats. Track the market with our earnings, dividend, and economics calendar. Our homepage gives you a real-time market overview with interactive heat maps, top market movers, and major index performance at a glance. Track daily performances, discover the most active stocks, and analyze performance across different timeframes, from weekly to yearly trends, and see which industries are leading or lagging. It's free to create an account, with optional access to premium forward-looking data. Try it now at MarketSnap.com and invest with clarity, not noise. That's a wrap for today's stock market summary from MarketSnap. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to stick with us for daily updates and deep dive SWOT analyses to keep your investment strategy sharp. Whether you're navigating short-term turbulence or building wealth for the long haul, we've got the insights to help. See you tomorrow.